Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to learn subject history. We will continue learning with chapter number 7, Science and Technology. In the first part of the chapter, we have already studied in detail about the India's nuclear power. We have also studied about the nuclear test conducted by India. Today, we are going to study in detail about the development made by India in the field of making missiles, and also we will learn about the development made by India in space research. So, let us begin with the topic of missile development. So students, first let us understand the meaning of missile. A missile is an extremely powerful exploding vehicle that is been set to destroy its long distance target through air. Electromagnetism, radar and sensors are used in a missile to help or to set up a target for the missile to hit. In today's world, missiles play an important role in the strengthening of a country's military and also towards protecting the national boundaries of any country. Now, let us begin learning about some of the important missiles that India have with us. Missile Prithvi. In the year 1988, India successfully tested the missile Prithvi. Prithvi is the first successfully tested missile which was made in India. In the next year, that is in the year 1989, another missile named Agni was successfully tested. Both these missiles of Prithvi and Agni are a part of indigenously developed missiles. It means both these missiles were made indigenously in our country, India. Students, indigenously means produced or manufactured completely only at a particular place. Thus, we can say that the missiles of Prithvi and Agni are the excellent examples of made in India missiles. After successful test of these two missiles, the entire world took a note of India's program of developing nuclear missiles. Later on, an integrated guided missile development program, that is IGMDP, was conceived and carried out under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. After some time, the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, undertook this task of building the missiles. A series of Prithvi missiles were being developed and handed over to the military powers accordingly. Prithvi 1 is a surface-to-surface ballistic missile and hence it is given to the Indian Army. Prithvi 2 is given to Indian Air Force while Prithvi 3 is given to Navy. The missiles of Prithvi have a capacity to carry nuclear weapons of about 500 to 1000 kilograms. This proves that the missile Prithvi is really big and a strong one. Prithvi is a nuclear ballistic missile. Due to this, Prithvi could travel a distance of around 150 to 300 kilometers per hour. All the missiles developed in this series of Prithvi missile are really helpful to the military forces. Missile Agni. Missile Agni was successfully tested in the year 1989. The main objective or aim behind the testing of Missile Agni was to give our neighboring states of China and Pakistan an idea of India's military strength. Also, to keep our country, India's national borders remain secure, Agni 1 was tested. It is a military missile which has a range of 700 kilometers. Later on, Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also produced. At present, the work of development of Agni 4 and Agni 5 is being carried out by DRDO. The Akash missile. In the year 1990, the missile Akash was developed. The missile Akash has the capacity to fire from land into air. This missile also has a capacity to carry about 720 kg explosives, and it moves at a supersonic speed with a range of 30 kilometers. The Nag missile. The missile Nag was made in order to destroy the tanks of the enemy soldiers. It is basically a type of missile which is operated and targeted on land. Missile Nag is the fire and forget type of missile. Once the target is locked, we just have to fire the missile and it will definitely go and hit its target. Students, these are some of the important missiles that India have. Apart from this, many other missiles are successfully tested and handed over to the Indian military. Due to the production of such missiles, India has become militarily more powerful and secure. Students, from the year 1983, the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, began with the work of developing several missiles. These missiles were developed under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. Abdul Kalam has made a great contribution in the production of missiles. Due to this, he is known as the father of India's missile program. To honor the work or the contribution of APJ Abdul Kalam towards missile development, he is given with the title of the Missile Man of India. Students, this was all about the development of missiles. Now, let us study about the development made in the field of space research. Let us first understand what is space research. Space research is a scientific study in which detailed study is being carried out about outer space. The study of space research also includes the study about various rockets and satellites launched in space by various other countries. Now, let us study about some of the important satellites which are launched by our country India in space and what were the benefits or the uses of those satellites. In the year 1961, the Indian National Committee for Space Research, that is NCSR, launched India's first research rocket. Students, a rocket is a missile, a spacecraft, or any other vehicle which is used to launch satellites and space shuttles into the space. Thus, we can say that satellites are launched in space with the help of rockets. In 1961, the NCSR launched India's first research rocket. This rocket was launched from Tumba Equatorial Launch Center, which is located in Tumba in the state of Kerala. After a few years, that is in the year 1969, our indigenously built rocket named Roshni 75 was successfully launched. Students, the rocket Roshni 75 was completely made in India. After successful launch of Roshni 75, the next stage was the successful launching of India's first satellite named Aryabhat. The first Indian satellite Aryabhat was launched in space in the year 1975 with the help of the Soviet Union of Russia. Due to the successful launching of rockets and the Aryabhat satellite, this success proved that the Indian scientists can indigenously build and launch satellites. Also, the Indian scientists were confident that they can acquire or get the technology for sending a message from the Earth station and also to access the working of the satellite. The successful launching of these rockets and satellite was a confidence booster for all the scientists. The Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. After the success of the basic program in space research and in the rocket related project, the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, was established. ISRO was established on 15th August 1969. The main objective behind the establishment of a separate organization was to carry out further space research programs and to continue with the launching of new satellites in space. In the course of time, ISRO has successfully launched many new satellites in space. The main head office or the headquarters of ISRO is located at Bangalore in the state of Karnataka. The space station of ISRO is at Sriharikota. ISRO activates the space station, that is, it launches all its satellites and rockets from Sriharikota, which is in the state of Andhra Pradesh. All the satellites, either big or small, are launched from this space station at Sriharikota. Now, let us study about some of the important satellites launched by ISRO in space. Bhaskar 1. In the year 1979, India launched a remote sensing experimental satellite named Bhaskar 1. This satellite was launched from the Soviet Union. The main objective or purpose of Bhaskar 1 was to observe various things on the surface of Earth by using a new technology named remote sensing technology. This new remote sensing technology proved useful for India's development as it provided useful information regarding water bodies, mineral deposits, and also gave information about weather forecasting. Due to remote sensing technology, it was possible for the satellite Bhaskar 1 to click and send photographs on Earth. The photographs taken with the help of this technology were about the bowels of Earth, the Earth's environment and forest, etc. The another area of research in which the information provided by the satellite proved useful was in the field of oceanography. Bhaskar 1 clicked and sent some useful and unseen pictures of oceans, its underwater life, marine life, different kinds of fishes, etc. In the year 1981, another satellite named Bhaskar 2 was also successfully launched from the Soviet Union in Russia. The Soviet Union proved a helping hand for ISRO for launching its satellites in space. The next satellite launched by India was the Adrian Passenger Payload Experiment, that is Apple. The Apple is the first completely indigenously built satellite by ISRO in India. Apple was successfully launched 19th of June in the year 1981 from the French Guiana. This satellite Apple has proved beneficial in the field of education. Also, the objective of providing emergency telecommunication services was successful due to the launching of Apple. The next important satellite launched was the Indian National Satellite or the INSAT. In August 1983, the satellite named INSAT 1B was successfully launched in space. The INSAT 1B is considered as one of the most important satellites because this satellite brought a major revolution in various sectors. The INSAT 1B provided huge developments in the areas of telecommunication, television, radio, weather forecasting, and space research in India. It was only possible due to this satellite that 207 Akashvani or the radio stations were connected to each another. This unique mechanism of getting connected to one another was also useful for searching and rescuing of people who were caught in some disasters like shipwreck, plane crash, etc. This technology also helped for forecasting weather and also allowed the forecasters to look or to follow the path of cyclones or storms and to predict or give beforehand information about the occurrence of some natural disaster. The satellite of INSAT had also proved useful in the field of telemedicine and in educational institutions as well. Due to the advancement in the telemedicines, the telemedicine service enabled the population or the people living in the remote areas to get advice and treatment from expert doctors. Also, the primary public health care centers in villages have been connected with big and multi-speciality hospitals through the INSAT satellite. Thus, it is said that INSAT brought a major revolution and helped a lot towards the communication in our country. Students, this was all about the development made by India in the sector of space research. Now, let us see about the technological progress made by India. Students, technological progress refers to the discovery of new, improved, and modern ways of producing or manufacturing goods. Instead of importing goods from other countries or using the old and outdated technology, India came up with new ways or new technology for manufacturing goods at lower and cheaper rates. This is known as technological progress or technological development. A factory for manufacturing railway engines, that is Chittaranjan Locomotive Works, was set up at Chittaranjan in the Burdwan district in West Bengal. Various types of engines such as steam engine, electric engine, and engines running on diesel were manufactured at the Chittaranjan Locomotive Work Factory. The first diesel engine was manufactured at the Diesel Locomotive Works, which is situated at Varanasi in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Soon, the production of railway engines increased and India started exporting different railway engines to other countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tanzania, and Vietnam. Students, this is one of the best example of technological progress made by India towards manufacturing of railway engines in our own country. India has also made huge progress towards the development of communication sector. Now, let us study about it. The first progress made by India was the development of the telex service. Students, telex service refers to the international system of telegraphy through which printed messages are sent or received by the public through the teleprinters. Under the Ministry of Communication, a separate department of telecommunication was formed. The Department of Telecommunication started with the telex services from the year 1963 with the objective to transmit or to send typed messages from one part of the country to other part rapidly or quickly. In the year 1969, the telex service was started in Devanagari script in Delhi. Students, Devanagari script is an ancient way of writing which includes the important languages like Hindi, Marathi, Sanskrit, Awadhi, Nepali, etc. At beginning, the telex service for Devanagari script started only in Delhi, but later on it was spread all over the country. After the 1990s, the use of mobile and especially the use of internet grew rapidly. Through internet, communication became very easier and hence the use of telex services reduced. So students, in the next session, we will study about the use of satellites for communication sector. I hope you have understood about the missiles we have learnt today. Thank you.